When I was growing up, buying used video games from older generations was the only way I could have afforded buying games as a whole. Impoverished people like me could enjoy expensive hobby of gaming without breaking the bank using this method. It didn't matter which game was rare or which one was expected to grow in price. It was just about buying some fun cheap-ass games to play. I've made countless memories off of games that I've paid less than 15 bucks for. Crash 3,
Roll the windows up, hurry!
Mario & Luigi Dream Team, and Bayonetta all were games I was able to play because they were so cheap. But now, that sentiment has been flipped on its head by guys who look like living Wojaks. Resellers. Everybody brings up 2020 and everybody on Earth wanting to buy and play old games again. But that time has come and gone. The prices haven't. I don't even think that as many people are into buying used games anymore like in 2020. It's just a lazy excuse for resellers to price Silent Hill 2 at $200+. I think the real reason is that a lot of people have adopted that mindset of treating old games like stocks now. Speculation has taken over used video games. I've noticed a good amount of resellers preemptively buying a large quantity of a game because they saw the game's price rising in a random dream of theirs one night. Why the game still being in business tells me that we're still in this speculative era with people that don't even play video games buying to the hobby to just make a profit.
This game alone, price starting is like $160. So I spent a total of
Tell us something else about the game. Tell us how good the game is.
What even is the point of grading? It's just a game in a box. Why do people even bother to list these online? Who is even buying these? It's definitely gotta be a money laundering scheme. There's just a whole genre of TikTokers buying old games and consoles to show off and never touch again. I'm sure you guys have seen those PSP videos of like a bunch of games loaded onto them, but like with no actual footage of the person playing them. These people and collectors that can't spend money reasonably are the reason why these prices haven't changed and even increased. Man, God have mercy on you if your hobby becomes a TikTok trend. I got some buddies that have also been in the Pokemon cards for a while now, and I've also said some of the things I said here. It's just sad to see these accessible and casual hobbies get ruined by people commercializing it. If we just all stop buying games at exorbitant prices, these resellers would inevitably have to lower the cost of these games because they prioritize profits over everything. Some of these games that are sold for $100+ aren't even that good in the first place. Tell me why Silent Hill 4, Origins, and Downpour are still being sold for above $60. Just because they have the Silent Hill name doesn't mean they're masterpieces and have to be expensive too. Some poor guy probably bought Silent Hill 4 for like $150, expecting it to be a masterpiece, without knowing the second half of the game is like wading through quicksand. The Silent Hill tax actually needs to be stopped. Apparel, figures, and merch in general just seem to be hiked up in price because of the Silent Hill name. Also, on a side note, can we stop normalizing selling untested games? Sellers that do this just come off as lazy or just lying. Who wants to wait a week to play a coin flip to see if a game actually works or not? Just test the game and put it online as working or not. There's more than one way to test a disc, like actually putting it in the console, or grabbing a DVD drive and just running the disc natively on an emulator.
Dick!
There's little circumstances where I like actually understand a game being untested. I wouldn't expect a Philips CDI game to be thoroughly completed and 100%ed before being sold. But if Silent Hill 2 is being sold as untested with a very scratched disc at almost full price, I'm just gonna think you're lying. Oh, resellers. Going around lowballing people and snatching up games from local markets. I think that Phoenix reseller is actually a reincarnation of the devil. He is the boogeyman of retro game stores. They tell stories around campfires about this guy. If he walks into your store, just know that he's going to buy whatever you're selling and put it back on Amazon for twice the price. Man, people like Phoenix Resale just make me sad. These games could have gone to someone on a lower budget that actually wanted to play them, but can't because Caleb got his grubby hands on it first. Thinking about it, I could probably say the same for almost every used market in America now. Used clothes, shoes, and records are all skyrocketed in price because schmucks not really into the scene just buy into it to make a profit. Introducing a middleman that just raises prices for things online and makes it harder to find things in the wild. We're probably past the point of no return here. People are too used to overpaying for games released 20 plus years ago, and the used video game market is seen more of like investing in stocks than just a way to buy old video games. But there's also a very unlikely solution. Companies start printing old games again. We know this is possible because Sega reprinted the Yakuza games back in 2017, drastically lowering the price of them in the secondhand markets. I don't consider limited run games to be doing this because they're doing the lame way with small limited batches. These are for rich collectors, not for you and me. Another solution could also be re-releasing these old games on modern consoles and PC for a reasonable price with no bugs to make it so people who want to experience the game conveniently can do so without paying insane prices. We're already halfway there of emulation and all that, but there's still a large, surprising amount of people who can't even figure out how to set up an emulator or just don't want to. It's also just nice to have a definitive edition of a game physically that isn't tied to an online marketplace. Sega, why would you do this? Imagine if Konami got their shit together and actually did this. Resellers would be ripping out their hair, losing their shit, seeing the Silent Hill games in their inventory just crash in price. I just miss back when it was mostly just people that played video games also selling to people that played video games. So, does this mean my copy of DDR Extreme is $300 because it has songs from Silent Hill in it?